Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And today I want to talk about my hands-on impressions of the game. Admittedly, this is only an initial preview. Recently I had a chance to go to the Pokemon offices and go hands-on with Scarlet for about an hour and a half. So admittedly, I have not played that much in the game. I have definitely not got to the end. I definitely have not seen everything this game has to offer. In fact, I have barely scratched the surface, but I did get to play, explore the world, test out some of the new systems, some of the new mechanics, and play in multiplayer, so I want to share some of my brief first impressions. This will also be a brief video because I can only share so much footage. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, but we got a lot to get through, so let's get started. First things first, exploring the world is incredibly awesome. I like it. I really enjoyed Legends Arceus earlier on this year, and while of course not every aspect of that game or sort of the gameplay in that game was for everyone, I did really like the sort of open nature of it, although admittedly Legends Arceus is less open because it did of course work around that instance sort of zone based system. But when it comes to walking around the world, seeing the Pokemon, just kind of interacting with them in real time and not necessarily always having to dive into battles was incredibly awesome. And that of course translates somewhat into Scarlet. At its core, Scarlet does of course still maintain the traditional Pokemon sort of systems. You can still go into regular battles, you can still see people, but having the ability to run around the world, see the Pokemon, kind of do what you want and go where you want was honestly really refreshing. Plus, if you have the legendaries, which admittedly in the build that we played, they kind of gave us access to things you wouldn't normally have access to at that current time, but I got to basically play around and ride the back of Koraidon, and this was really cool because it gives you the ability to kind of go wherever you want. They make traversal faster, but you can also climb walls, fly across areas, so from a sort of travel point of view, it is actually incredibly fun. One of the other things that is actually quite cool, and I know this is a sort of divisive topic, but the auto battles. Keep in mind, before we go any further, these are optional. You do not have to use this system apart from maybe like in a couple of situations, but it is quite cool because I for one am someone that, admittedly, I love going around the game and sort of doing my battles, but there are times when I do find the sort of necessary battles to level up a little bit tiresome. And in those situations, auto battles are really nice because you can just literally be walking around the world, throw out your Pokemon, and provided of course they are a decent level, they will just sort themselves out and win the battle. It's not a guaranteed win, I will say. They definitely can get KO'd in this situation, so it's not just like an easy mode to play through, but it is quite nice if you're on the way somewhere and you just want to, you know, deal with a few Pokemon, get some experience along the way, but not necessarily have to dive into a battle sequence every single time. That is really nice. But again, if you want to, you can traditionally walk into the Pokemon, enter a battle as you would normally see it, and then play it out that way. Also, it's quite nice that you actually have the free camera during some battles, so you get to sort of see it from different angles. I will say multiplayer in this game was really, really cool. I had a chance to play this for about sort of half an hour, where they matched us up with 3 other people, so a team of 4 of us just running around the open world. This is something I've wanted for a very long time. Admittedly, you know, my vision for it is more sort of MMO based. I would just love to play a Pokemon MMO where there are hundreds of people online, but this is of course a nice first step. This is definitely much better than previous iterations of Pokemon multiplayer, because this one you load in and you literally have the whole world at your fingertips. You can go wherever you please, people can go in different directions if you want to, or you can of course run around together, battle Pokemon together, do Terra raid battles together, all different things like that, and it is a lot of fun. Admittedly, when I was playing out here, I had access to a certain sort of portion of the map, but when you have the freedom to explore everywhere, it's going to be super cool. On top of that, customization, got a chance to briefly test this out. This is really cool because at any point you can actually just sort of load up the menu and re-customize your character, so you're not actually fixed from the beginning of the game. So you can change things like your eyes, your hair color, your hairstyles, although admittedly hairstyles are done in shops. I will still say there are still no beards. I know every time I say this people are like, yeah, but they're kids, they're not supposed to have beards. But I then always respond to that by saying we are playing a game where you catch giant creatures and put them in little balls. Anything should be possible. But regardless, I digress. Customization is really cool, and for the first time, all of these sort of hairstyles and things that you can kind of buy and wear are available irrespective of your gender choice, so you can basically choose whatever you like, which is again nice from a customization point of view. Lastly, what I will say is from the limited time going hands-on, I appreciated the sort of variety of things I had to do. When it came to sort of going up to one of the gym battles, there was a sort of portion where I went through and had to like find a load of Pokemon in order to sort of complete a challenge beforehand. The Titan battles were really cool, where of course I got to fight the giant crab, and that of course took part across multiple different phases, which was really awesome. The sort of Terra raid battles, and some of the other ways you interact with some of the other sort of encounters and sort of other gym battles. Basically, there was, in my very short space of time playing, my sort of 90-minute playing, already quite a bit of variety, so I'm very excited to sort of see how that extends to the full game. I again did not get to explore the full map, but I am very excited to explore much further, so safe to say I'm very much looking forward to when this game launches. But for the time being, that's it. Just a super quick video on some first initial impressions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions. If you missed some of the recent videos, be sure to check these out. And of course, do be sure to keep it locked because we've got plenty more coming your way.